Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special time together. I want to celebrate Wednesday with you this evening and know that we are involved in the evolution of perfect circulation. It happens all the time. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Religious Science and author of the Science of Mind textbook, pointed out that from the center of our being to the infinite circumference, we can behold and enjoy this life. Now, the more we understand the idea and the principle of perfect circulation, the more we understand very clearly that there is a power within us that knows what to do and how to do it, and we can't turn it off because it's working all the time. The law of perfect circulation does what? It keeps you and me actively at work all the time. So, whether we know it or not, we're working on something all the time. So, the realization of this allows us to understand that in truth we can't slow down. No matter what's going on in the world or around us or viruses or anything else, we need to understand that it's all God, and we are moving from God through God to God always. So our challenge is to know, and we know that we are always in the mainstream of life. We're always in this mainstream, and what happens to us is a result of our choice. Choose you this day the blessing or the curse. We are told that's not two powers, that's two ways of using one power. So our challenge again is to wake up and understand that we cannot ignore our talents. We cannot ignore the power within us because it's operating again all the time. So our realization of this allows us to pull ourselves out of any kind of situation that we need to pull ourselves out of and change our experience for the better. You see, we are not a stationary experience in the mind of God. We are constantly evolving based on our thinking. We are not multi-circulation, we are one circulation. For any reason at all that we give ourselves to put the brakes on our greater good, we can do it, but we can also take the brakes off and flow forward in a beautiful and loving way. Again, our challenge is to open up and know that as we find anything necessary to change, the change is happening. Dr. Holmes said, change your thinking, change your life. He knew that because he understood principle and he taught principle. And all of the religious science, unity, divine science, Anton Emerson ministers throughout the world are teaching one life, God, our life. We cannot escape. We cannot escape what? We cannot escape the relentless flow of life. We are, if we allow ourselves to understand what we are an expression of the ever-expanding mind and experience of God in action. We are the expression of every experience we have had coming forth from us to experience, and the change for the better happens when we realize that change for the better is ours by right of consciousness. Again, we are the expression of ever-expanding experience, and it's our responsibility to do what? It's our responsibility to find new outlets and create new experiences. The challenge we have over and over again is to understand this and do something wonderful with the understanding. And right now I understand that I need something to drink. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, this law of circulation never stops. Infinite mind gives you and me and all of its creation new inspiration every day if we look for the inspiration. Be inspired to change your mind. If you need change happening in your life, know you know that mind gives you new inspiration every day if you allow yourself to accept it, look for it, and find it, because it's within you. You may search low here or low there. For the kingdom is within you right now. You don't have to earn it, beg for it, or be saved from anything other than your own nincompoopry and nonsense that there's something outside of you doing it to you. If you need change for the better, let the change happening before or happen in your own mind and heart, and then let the world see it. You are a new thought in this ever-flowing stream of conscious being, my friends. Dr. Robert Bitzer, wonderful president of Religious Science International, helped Dr. Ernest Holmes start religious science back at the beginning of the last century. He was my dear friend and colleague, and I'm so happy and proud that I had the opportunity to know him, serve with him, and learn from him. Dr. Robert Bitzer said the law of circulation is constantly stimulating and inspiring us. Same thing as Dr. Holmes said. Why? Because truth is truth. Doesn't matter who said it. So, it makes you aware of your experience if you make a demand on the universe to know and know you know the truth of yourself and how to apply that truth. This is why in the New Thought movement we teach classes. Dr. Holmes, and I've quoted this before, pointed out that a lot of people do what we teach in New Thought. For those of us who would like to do it and don't know how, we can learn, because whatever you're doing now is just something you learned. Change it. Get a new class. Get new inspiration. Go back and re-explore what you think you learned the first time and find out how you have grown in your own heart and mind and experience. You see, you can become aware of that which you have never been aware of before in a greater and healthier and happier and more loving way. Spirit never uses up itself. Do you hear me? Spirit never uses up itself. So, when we know this and know we know it, we realize that this power that made us out of itself is never exhausted and never exhausts its own possibilities. With God, all things are possible. So, understand very clearly that spirit never wears out its welcome if you keep welcoming it in your own awareness. Spirit never wears out its welcome, and what? You are always in the atmosphere of God's friendliness. You see, who was it? Albert Einstein, who said the greatest question in the heart and mind of the human experience is the universe friendly? Yes, it is. God as you never runs out of its new ideas. God as you in you is always fresh, it's always invigorating, and it's always right where you are. So today, know with me this truth and understand again, spirit never wears out its welcome. So welcome a new understanding today. Welcome new experiences of love and life and health and happiness and prosperity, because there is a power within you that knows what to do and knows how to do it. We're told to let go and let God, not make God or beg God. Let God be wonderful, healthy, and happy as you, and give thanks. And I give thanks. And our communication with you by way of the internet and this podcast that we do every Wednesday and Sunday is our way of sharing lessons with you that make your day a happier day, and also know that you appreciate what we're doing and that your love and support for it is a blessing to you as the giver and to each and every one of us as we receive. We let go and let it happen. Remember, behind the gift is the giver, behind the giver is God. And the God in Tri-City Religious Science Center greets the God in you by way of this podcast and by way of our love for each and every one of you. All of our members, all of our friends, thank you for your love and your support. And now, my friends, let us go within and know that the truth of our being is unfolding as we give thanks for your love and your support. My wonderful assistant, Katrina Anderson, will put on the screen anything you need to know to communicate with us and to connect with PayPal or any other way you would like to share a love offering in support of our work here in Fremont, Union City, Newark, in Northern California. God is blessing us, love is blessing us, and we thank you. And now we'll close with the treatment for each and every one. For we are all one with God, and we now affirm and know that the consciousness that is needed to change anything in the life of anyone listening right now for the better, that change is ready to happen, and it unfolds now as love greeting itself. We celebrate the truth of our being and speak our word for first ourselves, our family, our loved ones, our church, our ministers, our practitioners in New Thought, for the great leadership in International New Thought Alliance, in all of the New Thought organizations, all the New Thought churches, all the New Thought experiences. We join hands with all religions everywhere at once. We honor the words of Dr. Ernest Holmes, who said that religious science is a correlation of the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelation of all religions. To do what? To embody and change for the better all the aspects of the human experience. It is good enough to be true right now for me, for you, as we join hands in truth, in love, and in life. Our hearts are joined, our hands are joined, and our experience is joined with unlimited good. Perfect circulation is good enough to be true. Change for the better is now, and it happens with love. And we give thanks that this is so, and so it is. Thank you, dear people, for spending this time with me this morning, or this evening. It's Wednesday, yeah, okay. Anyhow, have a good day, and I'll see you Sunday morning. Thank you again.